So as I was sitting here and drawing some plum trees, I was thinking of, how can we save all the fruit? Well, maybe not all the fruit, but most of the fruit. And of course, for generations, people have been making plum butter and other preserves just um, to be able to use it in the winter time and not just for, because you can't eat so many plums in, I don't know, like 2 weeks. It's just impossible. So without thinking too much, doing just a little bit of research, I've decided to make plum butter with some help, of course, of my family members who helped me to pick up the fruit. It was something I've never done before. So take a look how it went. So after hours of picking the plums, it was time to pack up and head to the city, and that's where all the fun was supposed to begin. Of course, at first I didn't realize how much plums we've actually picked and how much work this is going to be, but I just started working on it, and it was a long process. Something that I've discovered very shortly after that it was that plums really reduce. They reduce like to half and sometimes even one third of their capacity when you boil them down, and also you boil them down for 3 days. Like 2 hours each day, and after that you have like one third of what you already had. So you at first you had like a big pile of plums, and then you just have a little bit, and you wonder where all the plums went. Well, they're still there, but just all the water evaporates, and that's just what happens to them. So after 3 days of cooking, it was time to check the sweetness, add some sugar, put it back on the stove for the final touch, and get ready to prepare the jars, which needs to be sterilized, by the way. Even if they're new, if they're old especially, they need to be super clean and dry. So just for that, I boiled some water and put hot water in each jar. So it's a very interesting process of labor. You really need to be detailed and oriented. It's much easier to just go to the store and buy a plum butter, but if you want to make it yourself, it's a lot of fun. It's also a lot of work. This is like the third day after the picking. I was like really late at night, and I was still working on it, and a little bit tired and also a little bit excited. So as you notice, I've been putting the jars upside down to pasteurize them, and this is the shorter method. The longer method requires that you put the jars in the pot, and you put a piece of cloth underneath to prevent them from cracking. Then you put some water in it, and then you boil it for a couple minutes. And that's a method that always works and pasteurizes the preserves very, very well. I didn't do it this way, and I regret it a little bit later because some of the plum butter went bad. And also, I didn't add enough sugar. I didn't want it too sweet. I just want it to be like a little bit of sweet. And you need to put a little bit more of sugar. So everything comes with the experience. And my outtake on this was use your resources wisely, and I think it's a really really cool cool thing, and it was a very very nice experience. Anyway, thanks for watching. See you next time. I have like no movements here.
Well, then that's the answer. Is this how you picked?
Yes.